Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and today I'm going to share with you this little cutie, this little lady. Her name is Delight, and I was very delighted because I was using a wonderful fabric for the cover, which has been gifted to me by my crafty friend Sarah from Canada. Hi Sarah. So she has gifted this one to me as part of our swap, which we did some month ago. And I had it in my stash and, well, it was calling me. It was calling me and I thought, well, now it's the time to do a wonderful journal with it. And what I did is, because it was a little bit, let's say, transparent, and you can see this is the rest which is left, it looked like this. So I glued it on some turquoise cardstock. And then what I also did is I've sewn on several decoration. Here, of course, this wonderful flower lace in pink, very pink. This bobble trim, which I just recently bought in pretty turquoise. And on top, this one. All in Indian style. And also do have a look on the spine. Doesn't it look really, really precious? Very nice. And on the back side, I have added 2 layers of cotton lace, which perfectly match the colors. This one in this really green tone, and this one in this yellowish, like the leaves on the decoration over there. Isn't this a pretty one? I'm very, very much in love with her. I'm in love with her, but I have to let her go because she is available in my Etsy shop. So, her name is Delight, and she measures in centimeters 15 times 11.5 times 5.5 centimeter spine, and in inches 6, 4.5 and 2 1/4. Well, as usual, you know, those of you who know me know I can't help to feed my little ladies a lot. So, you will see what happens. She looks from this angle, she looks like that. She has a double bow from sari silk, and it was so great that I found the perfect colors in my stash. And I'm going to open her up. Let's see what happens. Surprise, surprise. What happens? Well, that's how it is when I do journals, and every time I get in with the, resolution. This time I will be doing a little less so that it lays nice and flat. No, it does not lie nice and flat, at least not as long as it fully decorated and adorned. So, I ended up with more than 148 pages back and front. I didn't count the smaller ones. So what I'm going to do, as I do from time to time, is I will take off any ephemera, any tag, any journaling card, put it aside so that towards the end you can see how slim she gets. And the good thing, I think, when I do journals is that I try to make a kind of to bring in a kind of a versatility. So it's quite nicely decorated, I think, but there are also blank pages where you could write, or you could use it as a journal. So the future owner has all the possibilities. Take off the ephemera, take off the adornment, and you can use it for writing easily, or leave it as is, add more. It's up to you. So let's go. So it opens to a view on a pretty card with some roses and some glittery elements. And I've also found in my stash this really, really pretty Indian trim, which comes in almost the perfect color combination in pink and green, and it nicely matches. And it also nicely matches the decoration of the first signature, and there are 3 signatures in this journal. I also have used some other decoration which has been gifted to me by my other friend, my other crafty friend May. Namely, she has once sent me in a happy mail this really pretty green lace, and I've used it to decorate the inside of the spine, which I usually do. And this is such a nice decoration over here. And there are also some other elements coming in this journal. So here, this is some sequins in pink and not in gold, but in silver. But I think it perfectly matches. Some nice trim over here. Throughout this journal, I have used a lot of coffee-dyed paper. And recently, some of you might know, recently I came across the idea of doing a second and third step in the coffee dyeing process or in the dyeing process. After the coffee had been has dried on the page, I add some color pigments and then I water it again, and it gives so nice effects. And I have almost every page in this journal has these kind of effects, and therefore I was also sometimes a little bit hesitant to further decorate. So you will see. And you will see it already now when I take off those two tag and the journaling card. You see one of the effects which came out when I did the coloring. And this is really, really impressive, I think. It's really, pink and gold. And here I have added an element from a sari trim. And this is a nice pocket. I've used also a lot of lace. You can see it. Lace, ruffles, sari, many, many things. This is turquoise vintage sari, which I've turned into a ruffle. Here, another pocket, which I have also gold waxed a little bit to give it another bling. Two journaling cards. One of my preferred topic or preferred thing is hydrangea. I love my hydrangeas, and they are getting, I think, some nice flowers this year. And these butterflies you will also find in this journal because they are so cute, and I have them in different forms and shapes, or colors and shapes, and you will find them here. Coffee dyed special paper, again this pink dyed paper. Here you see some stenciling, and you see some of the splashes which I added. Vellum in these wonderful colors which perfectly match the outside and the theme of this journal in terms of delight. Green, pink, wonderful. Some nice paper which I dyed. And then also in this journal I have added a little bit more than usual of my self-created tags, and I have several styles which I do prefer, and I think I have included all of them. So one of my preferred styles is to do this decoupaging and embossing and glittering, and this is one of that. You see the old book paper, and you see also the glitters. And this is just a card. Like this is also just a card showing a peacock feather. This is the the nice paper. And this is one of the other self-created tags which I like to do and which I have added to this journal. So this is just a collage from different material, mainly design paper. Some wallpaper is there, then some old book paper. You can see a little bead and some other die cuts and so. And this sits here and it looks nice, I think. And I have added it in a transparent pocket so that you can see it completely. And this page also carries a wonderful light greenish cotton lace. When you turn it, then you come to a page which is more in this yellowish color scheme. I love when you open a page and you are in a different world in terms of color. So I try to do this in my journals. So, and here you see the pocket, and the pocket has been formed by an Indian trim, also in turquoise. It's so pretty. And here, butterfly, as mentioned before, and two tags, which I have further decorated with some scraps from Indian vintage sari. This is also some scrap from a lace fabric in turquoise. It's the perfect color. And here you see another of my self-created tags, and this one is in a similar design like you have seen before. Old book paper, napkins, decoupaged, a little bit of glitter. And I put it in because I loved the green and the pink, because this is a little bit the theme of this journal, or the color scheme of this journal. You can flip it here. You see another pink page, which I have decorated with some waffle from a sari, which is not silk, and I have it since many years. I once bought it in Sri Lanka, so it's really nice and one of my favorite, I have to admit. On the next, and it does frame, so I will cut some of these longer things. On this page there is a really pretty cardstock, a transparent pocket, and in this transparent pocket there is another tag which I have created by doing some fabric collaging. I like that, and I put it on some black tag, and I've sewn around and I've added some bling, and also this, of course, this which I mentioned, my preferred and favorite sari. Nice colored paper here. Oh, there are many butterflies, I guess. Yes, there are. There is one in this kind of a pocket, and this should be a bow. So imagine it is a bow. And on the opposite side, in this kind of a lace belly band, there is another one of these butterflies. So, but what is behind? When you open that, oops, then you see one of my preferred animal, and this is the peacock. And you can open these two gates like that. It's further decorated, and there are two pockets, and in these pockets there are two small journaling cards and a third one with some roses. So, and this needs to be made into a bow, but I don't do it now. Some nice paper, coffee dyed, some pretty lace in this gold and pink, nicely matching the the result of my dyeing exercise. And on the back side there is another side pocket with this pretty cardstock, which comes in some green, green decorated pattern, and inside there is another journaling card. And on this page, you see, now we are getting into a little bit more pink, and when you look like this, you see the nice color development. And it's also green, because green and pink are, as I said, a little bit a color scheme. And what I put in here, this is kind of an orchid, garden, a side pocket, and here there is this book belongs to a card, and here another one of my self-created tags, and I think this one has been decoupaged and finally as a final step I have added some gold acrylic paint, light, heavily watered, so that it just gives a little shine. And when you put it like this, then it looks as if it was meant to be like that, but it's not, it's two different ones. So, coffee dyed paper, again color dyed paper. This is again this multi-step paper, vellum. Here you have this really pink cotton lace, cotton trim, and on the back side you see another nice cardstock with little flowers and a little bit of gold, and this is some lace fabric which I have glued on. Another one of my creations, and another journaling card. So, and have a look on this heavily colored page. Of course you can write on them, that's no problem. Probably easier with a pen, not with a with ink, not with ink. I would not write with ink, probably. I don't know. We are coming now to the second signature, and when you look, you can see this wonderful decoration here, where I have used maize lace. And this one is, I think, some Indian fabric. I don't know where I got it from, but I've sewn it on, and it looks so nice, and you can flip it. And here there is a pocket formed from this pretty and cheerful digital paper, but I haven't put anything inside because, you know, it's already quite full. Sometimes happen. Here I have formed a pocket from this sari fabric, which I have used also to form of some of the ruffles. And this is the border on the edge, and it really, really looks nice. And inside there is another journaling card. Some pretty paper over here. This is this ruffle. Some other pretty paper. My dyeing exercises. When you open like that, now you are in a blue-green world. And in this blue and green world, you have a belly band, which I have formed from a nice trim, and behind it there is a digital which shows some oriental themed earrings, and I put them in, of course, because of the color scheme and because of its beauty, and my preferred hydrangea. Some nice paper here, and here you can flip it like this. There is another there's a flower die cut, and this is also a pocket, and in this pocket there is another smaller journaling card. I counted all the ephemera and all these things, and it's more than 50, so therefore she got a little bit overstuffed. Here I've sewn on some pretty Indian piece of fabric, which probably was a decoration on a sari, and it's really heavily adorned. And inside I have put one of my self-created tags, and this one is a fabric one, where I have just sewn on some scraps from different Indian trims. This is a doily, which is also coffee and color dyed, and I formed it into a pocket, and when you open it like this, and you see, there's something in, and this is just this little journaling card with some roses and in a nice turquoise. Here we come into a pink page, and here we have again a cutie, a cute little butterfly, some scrap paper, a little bit in this double pocket, sitting on some nice design paper. This is Indian paper, which I have decorated with some Indian vintage sari ruffle in yellow, because I wanted to break a little bit the color scheme, and therefore I added some more yellow. And now we come to the center spot, and the center spot has been decorated with this wonderful AI created paper, and it shows a decoration, an oriental decoration, and it comes in blue and yellow and pink, and it's so nice, I think. And I've printed it on linen paper, so you can also use it for writing on the back side. This is pink. This is the other page of the other side of the doily pocket, and inside there is another little journaling card. Now it becomes purple. And I've used this design paper where I have sewn on some zigzag trim, and this is meant to be another pocket, but I haven't put anything in, or another small belly band with this pretty bling trim. And there is one journaling card, and there are two of these vintage collector's items, these wonderful 80-year-old flower pictures. And my husband recently said, and he's right, he said, look at the quality of the print. After 80 years, it still looks very well kept, absolutely well kept. And he was a little bit doubting if today's printing would last that long. So I don't know, and I will not know, because 80 years is too long for me to go. So here we come to another of the decoupage things, and this one is a flip up. You can flip it up, and you see there is a pocket which I have formed from some peacock feather lace, and inside there are some roses. This is another of my preferred motifs. I love roses, and I have them probably in all of my journals. And this flip up, of course, is not only a flip up, it's also a pocket, and inside this pocket there is a little piece of bookmark, nice design paper, also sewn around. So now we come to a construction which I did. So as I said, I have some more of my self-created text, and this is one of the collaged ones. And I have added it with this bow, but this bow as such didn't hold it. So what I did as well is I have made this construction with this belt on the back side so that it can slide in. And you see, this is the collaging. So what I did here is I used different paper, plus gold flakes, plus lace, plus fabric, plus die cut. I watered it. I added some color pigments, and then I waited for the effect, and I liked the effect, and therefore it sits here. It's nice and pink, and I think the sliding is nice. You can do it easily by just putting this through this little belt here, and then it sits there. And also what I like is when you make a bow, you can see the bow from the outside. And here this is some nice lace with some sequins in pink and light pink, special paper. This is some stenciling which I have glued on this heavily pink paper. Another pocket, and inside this pocket there is another journaling card. This is a peacock feather which I've cut and glued on. And this is the pocket from the beginning and the end of this signature. And as the one on the beginning, it's empty because, as I said, already quite full. Now we come to the third and last signature, and this one is cutie paper from India in this light green and pink. And I have added cotton lace in pink, sewn it on. I have added some nice paper over here in this light green, showing lily. I think it's a lily, looks like. Again, this lace which you have seen, I think, for the third time now, because I love it. It's so pretty, and the green is really stunning. On the back side, another one of my self-created tags, and this is different because it's gessoed and it's stamped and it's embossed, and I did it some time ago, so I don't know exactly how I did it, but it looks nice, and I like the colors, of course, in this combination. And this paper comes from my friend May. She did this, I think, bubble technique, which is so pretty, and which adds another focal point to this journal. Again, pink and gold, one of my favorite trims. I love this round one because also you can easily take it and flip it. And here there's another thing to flip. This stems from this sari, and this is the trim on the border, on the edge, and it's just to flip it up. It's glued on. This is Japanese paper, which is very fine but very durable, so you cannot tear it, or you can, but I wouldn't like to. This is heavily green paper, which I have coffee dyed to tune it down a little bit. Some nice decorative paper with some blue lace, and when you turn it, then you have another pocket and two journaling cards in this brown gold tone. Coffee dyed paper, again this lace on this nicely colored paper. I was so much in love with my paper, sorry for that. I have sewn it on. This is some nice and special paper in light turquoise. Two rose tags. Oops. Sitting in this belly band. Again, some nice paper. This is another lace in light green with some little bows. Very pretty. And on the back side there is my preferred animal, peacock. And there is some lace which has been gifted to me by May, and I used it to form this wonderful pocket. This is also Japanese paper in this really pretty pink. Now we are at the center spot, and the center spot carries a bigger butterfly, and inside the pockets which I have created with this butterfly, there are two rose cards. As I mentioned, the roses are my preferred, next to the hydrangea, my preferred flowers. So, and then you see this Japanese paper, which you can enlarge a little bit. This is a little scrap from a sari. When you flip it like this, then you see my butterfly die cuts, which I have also in, this is magazine paper which I glued together, and I embossed it and I colored it with some light acrylic paint, and it gives this nice effect. And I used it to make a pocket, and in this pocket I have some of the tickets which I received from Sarah some time ago, and another longer journaling card with a fairy, because a little bit of magic needs to be in every day. So, pink, green, a little bit of stenciling, another construction. So, and for this construction I have used a paper bag, which I have coffee and color dyed. I repeat myself, I know. I have closed it with a bow. I have added some peacock feathers for further decoration. You can flip it up, and behind it there is a pocket with two tags which I have created. And in the paper bag there is another tag which I have created with, as I said, collaging, gold flaking, adding some different fabric, making this kind of a, I don't know what it is, but it looks nice. And I add a bread, and the bread I have secured. So, and that's the construction. So this is another butterfly, and this one is just to flip. This is this pretty paper, and this is another flip, and this is Nepalese paper. So I've used paper from different parts of the world, and this is so pretty. I really love it, and it can be flipped up, and behind it you also see some nice color dyed paper. Again here, the last butterfly, this time in turquoise and gold. This is May's bubble technique, and this is the last journaling card, which shows some small butterflies in a jar. I don't like the jar idea, but I like the picture. So this is Delight. It was a pleasure for me and to show it to you. It is available in my Etsy shop. Have a look and leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and I hope to see you soon. And all the best for you. This was Martina. Bye bye.